Deuteronomy 5, verses 6 through 8. I am the Lord thy God, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt from the house of bondage. Thou shalt not have none other gods before me. Thou shalt not make any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the waters beneath the earth. Deuteronomy 5, verses 6 through 8.
And Grand Rising, good morning, all those other great greetings that we have. It is now 2 minutes after the hour of 9 o'clock on this wonderful Tuesday morning. It is April the 29th. I want to say February. I don't know why I want to say February. Get my mind out of February. Like to say Grand Rising to each and every one of you here as we explore. Wait a minute. I had to get this right. Wait a minute. Hold on. Take that out. I'm just doing a couple of things here. Grand Rising to everybody. Grand Rising. This is the Mac Man Morning Show. I'm James Mack. I'm your wonderful host on this morning. Woo! What you talking about? What you talking about? We have a lot in store for you. What was I going to do? Here, I got, hey, good morning. Let me call the roll right quick and say good morning to Deacon Alvin Moore, our chairman of our deacon board, to our section leader of the alto section. We'll get a soprano to and a tenor soon. That's Sharon Reed, and to Anthony Reed, our apostle, to our chief usher, the police officer, not the police officer, but the person that keeps the order in the chat, and our wonderful, wonderful, dearest friend and sister, Alice, the blessed child of God. I don't know where our chair lady or our trustee board is, but we have a visitor today. We'd like to say Grand Rising and good day to Ms. Williams, who has joined us on our chat. We'd like to say good morning. Now, I didn't want to say your name. I would have annihilated it and it wouldn't have been right. And I just don't want you to look at me and say, man, that man, he didn't say my name right. And I'll get it together. But we welcome you here. We'd like to welcome all of you here. Let me say this. I had a great discussion this morning with our guests. You know, Rolanda's a part of our MacMan family when it comes down to those things that are dear to us, like the economy, our jobs, the things that are dear to us. And she's here. She's in waiting. We don't have a green room. We just got that timeout box, and she's getting ready and everything. Y'all know she ain't gonna come on unless she's right. So we she gonna get me for that. I like to say Grand Rising to all of you, Alderman Chapman and Harvey. We had a discussion, and there was a situation that, hey, y'all thought Tiffany was something. That mayor of Harvey, Illinois, that joker is a joker. And if y'all know who I'm talking about, I ain't gonna mention his name right now. I got the ups and the information. It's terrible how you call yourself an elected official and you treat the people that put you in office like they're heathens. We're going to talk about that too. I want to emphasize also to all of you all, they got some rumblings going on in the government, and the man with the orange makeup is talking foolishness. But there was something interesting that I saw that I got to get confirmation on. For those of you that receive any kind of Social Security benefits or anything such as that, okay, she gave it to me. Sophia. Now, if I said that right, now I think that's the pronunciation that you sent me. That's it, Sophia Williams. If I said that right, please put it in the chat so I can make sure that the people know that I can sound out the noun. See, the noun is a person, place, or thing, and she's a person. Okay, if I did it right, please put it in the chat that I said your name right. I hope I did. Brother Lee will be here. We're going to have a commentary on things, but my very, very special guest is here, and I want to yield over to our dear, I did, Shafia. Did I say it right? Chef? You got it there. It says so. Okay. All right. All right. We'll get it together. I think Rolanda helped me with it. We have Rolanda Footman is a part of our family here, have been on our show many, many times. And we got some information. She has some information that she wants to spread and to get out and disseminate. But let me say this as she prepares and as we prepare, stop looking for things. We gotta stand up and do what we need to do to survive. That goes for James Mack as well as anybody else. We are blessed as a people to have. Okay, okay. It means what? Slupfia. Okay, all right. So you got okay. I had to bring you on so you could. They gonna help me out. All right, just hold on, Miss Williams. Don't go nowhere without the okay. Um, and in this climate that we're living in right now, folks, this is time for us to stand together and to get the proper information and tools necessary to stay afloat. People are losing their jobs, businesses are suffering, and if you just had the proper information, if you just had the right coach, if you just had the right footing, the footing in order to make it. And we're not all suffering. Nobody's saying that everybody's in doom and everybody's downhearted. But why wait when we can get in advance, or not in advance, or we can cut things off before they get out of hand. Now, let me bring you a little bit of news then before I bring our guest, just to accentuate what I was saying. Black businesses are suffering. Black businesses are suffering because one, lack of unit. In my case, and I'm just letting you. Uh, good morning. Okay. Uh, we looking at what's going on. I'm not too concerned about the orange man. I'm not worried about him. I am not concerned as far as he's making me nervous or anything, or we're not going to make it, or whatever the case may be. No, I need a plan. I got to have a plan in order to deal with the person that I got to deal with. And it just so happens this government has this person sitting in the chair. Like and subscribe and share if you like. I'm not begging y'all for anything or what, you know what I'm saying. I want you to tell people to listen in, even with the replay. I'd like to welcome everybody from WKRA 92.7 on our FM dial out of Holly Springs, Mississippi. Like to say hi to all of y'all, all of our listeners everywhere, everybody that's listening, our friends in Alaska. Though I heard from Japan, they sent a little message, and we like to say hello. And I used to know how to say good morning and hello in Japan in Japanese, but I had the Kanishiwa. Is that what it is? Or something like that. So I got to work on my international languages and things like that. I don't know any other than English. That's all I know. I need to learn some, I guess. But Rolanda has wonderful tools available for people. I'm going to bring her, and I'm going to go to a break real quick. We're going to do this a little bit different. And I hope y'all like the new opening. If y'all like the new opening, y'all can say something about it. That's the new opening. Get rid of the hillbillies and Ma and Paul Barker and Granny and Ellie Mae them, we don't need none of that. I show, and I had to think about it's a good thing, Dr. J. I ain't knocking you, but it was just time to kick them hillbillies out. So we had to kick the hillbillies out and bring back the original thing that we have with great graphics. I'd like to say good morning to Miss D. Harris of D. Harris Interiors. I'd like to say good morning, Grand Rising, to Keisha the Stylist, one of our anchor. There are two anchor sponsors. She's our first, and Little Red of Big Red's Blues Lounge in Clarksdale, Mississippi, getting ready to be the mayor of that great city. Good morning to you, Diane Black. Good morning to you. I know you're in the bushes somewhere. You're watching and listening to your wonderful father. We like to say good morning to him. He do listen to the McMahon Morning Show too, y'all. So I'm just glad that you all are here. We got great information, and I hope that you will get something out of this show like you do each and every day that we come here. No, we don't talk politics all the time, but then, that's part of life. We're talking about finances, how we're going to survive, because this madman is up there doing foolishness, and he's not going to get away with it, folks. But we just got to adjust ourselves in this climate. And I'm so glad Rolanda came, because a lot of people, hundreds of thousands of people, are in a position that D. Harris is here. Hey, D. D. Harris Interiors is here. Hey, it's good to have you here. There are a lot of businesses that need this assistance. I'm going to turn her loose on y'all in a couple seconds. I'm going to go ahead and get these and get the ads out of the way. You're listening to the McMahon Morning Show right here on YouTube, Mac Media 3, Mac Media 3 Productions, LLC. Also, our licensed carrier, WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial. Also, serving Memphis, Shelby County, and all of those northern areas above where we are. Now, I got that out of the way. Hey, we'll be right back after these messages with our special guest, Rolanda Footman. She's going to be here. She already here, y'all. She's waiting for me to hush my mouth and play these commercials.
If your locks ain't right and your twist is on limp, get over to Keisha Studio. Specialized in locks, natural hair, and extensions. When your hair needs that special attention, make Keisha Studios your next decision. Located 3964 Goodman Road E, Suite 122 in South Haven, Mississippi. Call 901-650-9487 for your appointment at Keisha Studios.
Your home should tell your story. It should be stylish, comfortable, and uniquely you. Here at D. Harris Interiors, we don't just decorate. We design spaces that reflect your personality, your lifestyle, as well as your dreams. Whether you're revamping one room or you're transforming an entire space, here at D. Harris Interiors, we bring creativity, expertise, and heart to every project. Great design starts with connection. And I do take the time to understand your vision and to bring it to life with beauty and intention. So, are you ready to fall in love with your space all over again? Well, you just give D. Harris a call at 901-303-8099 to schedule your personalized consultation today.
Our families are precious. We work hard each and every day to make sure that they're safe and secure and have a future. Jones McDonald Insurance Agency, a full-service insurance agency, is here to help you with all of your needs, whether it be life, health, auto, home, or specialty insurance. Call Farmers Insurance Agent Latoya McDonald at 708-722-1538, 708-722-1538.
gonna have a good time, yeah.
And we're back here at the Magman Morning Show. I'd like to just emphasize something that that Mother's Day is coming real soon. Wait a minute here. All right, I got you covered. We're gonna do that in a minute. Matter of fact, let me bring you up right quick. Rolanda's here, y'all. Let her say good morning. I'm gonna make my PSA in a minute. Go ahead. Let's see what you got to say. Grand
Good
rising to you,
morning.
sister.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Okay, do it again. Okay. I can hear you.
Can you
Let's
hear
do
me?
it again. What's your name?
Rolanda Michelle.
Yeah, I can hear. What's your name? All right, we can hear you now. You just stand right there for a minute. I'll bring you back up, okay? Listen, sister to sister, the organization that has reached out to so many women that have struggles with addiction and they just can't seem to get the help that they need. Trisha Henderson is there. And Trisha Henderson has a drop-in center where these women, they come, they can get the help that they need, they can get a shower, they can get some fresh clothes, and they can even get counseling and consultation to go into treatment if they would like to. There's a network for treatment. And she wants to do something for the ladies for the Mother's Day season. And on May 8th, she wants to have a luncheon and give away some gift bags and make the ladies really feel wonderful. And she needs your assistance. At the bottom of our screen is the number two sister to sister directly that you can call and that you can help them. Now, they need about $400. That's what she said. And let's try to help them out. And that will be going across the bottom of the screen unless I have some other information that I might have to put up. I think I can. I'm working this as uh, that is May 8th is the confirmed date. That's when they're going to have it. Now they're not going to have it on Mother's Day. That's the Thursday before Mother's Day that they're going to have that. That's for the sisters to have. And yes, I did confirm that May 8th. That is when she's going to have it in that afternoon. And I'm stressing that because we got to help each other, and that's the reason why we have our next guest that's here. And I've always said that the MacMan Morning Show should be a resource for people to reach out and to help us to get the information that people will need and to inspire them and to let people know that, hey, you're not forgotten and people are not forgetting about who you are and what you're doing and the struggles that you go through. Now, we do have challenges, but you know, our challenges can be met if we have the right information and we have the right tools necessary for survival. Let me put this down right quick. My next guest and my our great guest here at the MacMan Morning Show is Rolanda Footman. She's here. She got a lot to say, y'all. We had a wonderful conversation prior to the show, and let me say this as she comes and presents what she has. Um, I'm grateful to know people that have the ability to do the things that they do and to share with all of us. And I hope and pray, and my prayer is that we come together. Now that's just James personally. I want you to hear what Rolanda has to say, and I'm bringing her to you, and she's going to explain not just why she's here this morning, but something that's passionate and that's it's a yearning and a desire to help others because of so much help that we have received. And at this time, I'm bringing to you the Magman Morning Show, grand rising to our dear sister Rolanda Footman. Say hey, Rolanda.
Good morning. How are you?
Okay, yeah. Good morning, ma'am. How are you? I didn't mean to say hey or anything. Rolanda, you're here and you've been working and doing various things, especially with your workshops and various things. But you had a concern and something, not a burning desire, but you have something that's tugging at you. Come on, tell us why you're here visiting your brother on this morning.
Well, first, I want to say her name is Safia.
It's Sophia. Is that
Sa
what it is?
Safia.
Safia. Did I say it right? Okay,
Yes.
I got it right. Go ahead. Thank you, Alice, for your link too.
Got it. Got it.
Go
Got
ahead,
it.
Miss Rolanda.
So no, listen, we've been talking, and I think I came here a couple of times talking about the workshops that I had, and some of them are free, some of them are paid, some of them are low cost, all coming from the desire to help people in their time of need, as well as doing what I do when I love to do, which is consulting and coaching and things like and things of that nature. But what happened was, uh I've been seeing a lot of people losing their positions, and I created, and I kind of pivoted myself, which is the name of one of the free programs is Career Pivot, right? That's one of the workshops. So I pivoted myself to figure out what I could do to help people in need, and I created a few programs, and you know I it came from a place where I wanted to help, because there is a lot going on in our life. You can scroll down a little bit, you can see the name of it. It's a lot in this program, and this one is the paid workshop. And in the paid workshop, I just, you can see it starts at $50. That's if you get early bird. I think there's another one coming up May 10th. That's the first one coming up now. Um, and this workshop is to help people redefine what they're doing, redefine themselves. And the first stop is resetting their mind and acknowledging the emotional toll it takes on losing their job. This didn't come from just me saying, I'll just be some kind of guru or anything. No, I experienced it myself. And knowing that, when I experienced it, it wasn't this great of a need. It wasn't this big of a thing that was going on in the country. But right now, the need is so wide and great, and I'm here to help, right? Because we're going to go there. You see the mindset. We're going to talk about mindset, talking about career clarity, getting into personal branding, networking, and understanding. There is a hidden job market that's hidden from us um if you don't open yourself up. There's diversifying income, and then I give them an action plan. If you hit the full agenda, yep, you'll see that I give them an action plan and accountability of how to keep themselves accountable as well. I mean, I offer coaching, I offer consulting, but I made this workshop so you can get early bird tickets for $50, because I wanted to make sure that people had skin in the game. I was doing all this stuff for absolutely free. And I talked to you earlier about how, this is a cost to me, because I'm not really making anything off of this. This is a calling to me. And me and you had a conversation last week, because what happened was that so many people kept telling me how great of this was, how much this was needed. And I'm like, what are you guys doing to help other people? You guys think it's a great thing to do? Are you helping other people? And one of my dear friends saw the workshop, and she did something that was so wonderful and nice, is that she bought tickets to the workshop so I can give them away to people that may not weren't able to pay the $50, but they really needed the work, really needed the workshop. And she said, you should create a way for people to help. And that's where, the next part of this conversation came in, that I've been so adamant about for the past few days. I put my mind to it, and I got it up, and I'm looking for people to people that I can help, and people that can help me help others as well, because we have to do this as a community. We have to stop pretending just because you're okay doesn't make that it's okay for everybody else. Other people are struggling, probably maybe people in your family, may not be you directly, but we all have to lean back and lean into this and work together, because if we don't, how we're just as bad as everybody else, honestly.
And it's so interesting to note that, and maybe I'm not, I won't say it in a diplomatic way, but we want something for free. And I'm not, how can I put this? And what I mean by that is there's some business people that will not invest in themselves. There are people that are going through struggles that will sit there and waddle in it. Not, I'm not saying that, but the resources that you have, Rolanda, and the hand that you're trying to reach out and reach your hands out to the people that you're trying to help. Um, they're everyday people. We all have. So let's get this straight first. Here's a, and I'm going to say this, and I'm going to emphasize this, and I wanted to say this because it goes back to what I was saying. Nobody's coming to rescue us. Say, Mr. James, why you say that? Nobody's coming to rescue us. Um, yes. Our There are people that will leave us stranded in the boat when you go to work this. If you walk into work or tried to walk into work, or you get to the door, you hit your key fob and you can't get into the place because they said we have Doge has come in and taken away your job, or you come to a place where you get a reduction in pay, or you're just on your way. I mean, or your company completely folds and you got to not just invent yourself, but get yourself in a position that where the obstacles come, you have something to fight with. Am I going in the right direction with that, Rolanda?
Yeah, because think about this one thing. It's not just the jobs are like certain companies or things, certain industries are being dismantled. Certain industries are you're becoming, not profitable to run anymore, like retail stores. I mean, we're looking at, who would have thought that Macy's would have been closing down so many stores? Like, so it's not just Macy's, it's the whole industry.
I lost your audio. Keep speaking. No, I lost your audio completely. I'm right here. We can see you.
Can you hear
Say
me?
something. I can hear you now. Go ahead.
Yeah. So sorry about that. What I was saying is that
New
the
microphone.
whole, yeah, you can hear me?
Yeah, go ahead. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
you can hear me. I heard my playback, so we're good. So when it came to, like I was saying, that like retail was one of those things that people thought were it's going to be something that was substantial. Some people were working in retail for a long time. It's not even just that the company is gone. It's like the industry has been impacted. People are looking at, jobs that were considered secure jobs, good jobs. And I keep putting these air quotes up because the government was supposed to be a good job and a secure job. And you're supposed to get in the government, and then that's it for you. You don't have anything to worry about. You can go and work and you can do your years and you can get your
Mhm.
pension, and then, you can retire. If you started early, you can retire early. There's so many people that are in their 50s, and this happened many years ago. I remember it happened like in the early 2000s, and then it happened again around 2013 again. I would say early 2000s, late 90s, and then this age bracket between 40 and 60, and I'm going to say like 40-ish and 60-ish, becomes unhireable, right? Because now you guys have too much experience for entry level jobs, right? And if you weren't positioned or don't position yourself in a way to get those higher level jobs, then you won't get those jobs, right? So now you become in this class that are looking around for jobs, and that's what's happening to a lot of people. People think that, okay, I know you're a man, and I'm not trying to come after the men, but we have to think about this, that a lot of those jobs are being lost, are women of color. Black women are losing their jobs more than anybody else,
Yes.
and we
So
have
there's
to
a
think
so
about that.
we're up against the wall, to not up against the wall per se, but because these things are happening and these effects are, and think about this. It's getting a little rocky. Okay, we know that. But before the whole full blast comes, you have an opportunity, folks. Even if you lost your employment or so forth, or your business that have been rocking and reeling, and you just need an extra boost. And I'm talking to all of those business owners that I know. I know a whole lot of you all. A lot of you all are in the chat. A lot of you all are in the bushes. How will, and I want to ask you this, Rolanda, for the business owner, for the even the small, mid-size, or whatever the case may be, the Fortune 500 business, how can they get in on this? I know you have something for the student, but what about for that individual business?
So you mean like if they want to help, that they're doing good and they want to, and they're like, hey, I'm doing pretty well, and they want to help other
Yeah,
people.
they want to help you. We're in the position. Okay, I'll put it this way. Let me rephrase that. I'm a business owner. I'm doing pretty good and everything, but I know that people are out there, and I got a concern for my fellow persons that are out there that may need this resource. And I got some twos and fruits that I can help with what you're doing. That's what I'm saying. Yes, ma'am. Come on with.
Okay, so I decided that, okay, let me just say this. I had a goal of, and I'm going to take a step back. And the step back is for me thinking in the last quarter of 2024, doing my yearly planning for 2025. And in that, I brought my team together and I said that we have to do something that is going to be major. And that major thing that we're going to have to do is we're going to have to be committed to our values. We need to, identify our values. We need to be committed to our values, and we need to not play about this because most companies have values and they don't live those values. But I said everything that we do is to live our values, and part of our values and part of our commitment was our social commitment, which is to our community. We went ahead and implemented a higher, deeper discount for nonprofits. So when we do consulting work for nonprofits or someone that is a nonprofit executive, we give them a deeper discount for the services to do that. And then we were putting together different programs to try to help and sponsor people and sponsor workshops. That's where all these workshops started coming from. However, when the need became so great, we saw I saw that it became larger, and we just started digging in more because I said we have to live our values. We want to be our values. We don't want to just say we have them because most companies say they have them, but when you ask them, are you living those values? Let me see where. I can show you where. So what I did was, when I started digging in and we're looking at it and knowing that the need was greater, and I keep hearing people saying we're doing great work, this is a wonderful thing, and pat me on the back, great. Help me. Help me do more work, because I started doing these programs in less than 2 months, and I already impacted, I could say, over 30 lives, right? Over 30 lives with these free workshops. These free workshops are free to them, but they're not free to me. And then when we did those free workshops, we're helping those people get empowered, move forward, and learn the things they need to do to reinvent themselves, to reposition themselves, and get the right mindset and business savvy to build strong businesses for our community, right? So instead of people patting me on the back, I'm saying I created a fund, a social impact fund, that I want people to help me. If you're doing well, you can help me with this mission. I know that you may not have the time to do everything that I'm doing. So I set up the fund, and it's called From Setback to Set Up Fund. And it's on GoFundMe. And we're raising money to offset a lot more people. Because if I already
Yes,
did
it's on.
this,
It's on the
uh-huh,
screen now, folks.
right?
I'm sorry.
So,
Go ahead. It's on the screen.
and I was saying, if I already did this and I already impacted over 30 lives right then and there, and it's a 30 lives in less than 2 months, just doing this off the side of my desk. What if I can have more resources to fund more resources to put it? Because we're all here together. And if we are trying to build this community that we keep saying that we're trying to build, and we're trying to work together, like we're saying we're trying to work together, this is an opportunity that maybe you won't be able to do a workshop, but you may not be able to fund a full workshop or put the time into planning it, but you can give $5, $10, $50, or whatever more to help us get to that point, to help our brothers and sisters and our neighbors that are basically stopped because of the barrier of funding, of financing, right? Because this all costs money. And trust me, with this fund, it's like I only help people that I know are going to help other people. So if a person is a recipient from this fund, part of it is that they have to promote the fund to try to get more money into the fund to help more people. And then when they get their feet on the ground, they need to put back into the fund, whatever it is, be it their time, their services, their money, whatever it is, because this is about building a community, not about, oh well, I just need you to offset it. People keep talking about how great this is and how we need to work together, and I look around, I'm like, well, what are you doing? And I see hardly anybody doing anything but just giving me lip service. I'm not doing. If anybody gives me money or doesn't, I'm still going to do this. but how much more could I do if we did it all together? And that's really what the
And
fund
we're
is
gonna
about, doing it together.
the major appeal, and I'm scrolling through the GoFundMe page, which is real detailed, explains everything why you're donating. See, if we did this a lot, we'd understand. Even though you do give you give information out, some people are unread, but we ain't talking about them. This goal is not a non-reachable goal. You think about this, folks, and I keep trying to tell you, we have people that look just like us, that are doing the work, that are that's there with the resources that you need. And listen, it gets tiring. Forgive me for spinning like that. The page. Um, it gets to a point where you need some you need it would be good to help. I love to help, but it's even better if I had a hand or two that could reach out to me and help me out and help us out to do what we do. All of the business owners that we know, all of those that are aspiring to be, those of you that are in economic times, as far as um, job loss or what have you. I believe that not just helping out, but then the program that Rolanda has. If you give it an opportunity, I guarantee you're going to receive more than just what you give in support. You're a business owner, sponsor somebody, sponsor a few people. If she starts that, and she was telling me, she said there's some programs that I start, James. There are certain levels for certain organizations, of course, depending. But then for those individuals that are out there, less than, and if I'm wrong, Rolanda, tell me if I am, less than $50 would start. That's at the bare minimum. And I'm not saying that $50 should be there, because the information that she had, if you just only knew the resources and what you would be getting, not only for the registration to get in there, just to pay for it, get in there, but tell people what the resources that you will be given to them that are going to be helping them along in this workshop that you have, and the valuable things that you're going to be giving to them.
Workshops, all my workshops, especially the paid workshops, come with like workbooks. They come with details of taking them through one one part of the process to the end, and it's a flow. Like, I got in trouble with my team because when they saw the workbook that I was given for that $50 class, they said the workbook is worth $50. Why are you why are you why are you doing this? And I'm like, because people need it. This is not about me making a whole bunch of money. It's about offsetting some of the costs it takes to do that. My time is, yes, it's valuable. Everybody's time is valuable, but I'm ready to give that time to people because I know the need. I've been there. If you read the GoFundMe, it was very personal to me because I've been laid off, right? I've been to the point of not having a lot of money, not understanding where I'm going to be able to pay my bills and all those things. But the thing is that if I can help somebody, you're saying, I'll go to the song that always sticks to me in my head when I was growing up in church. It was, if I can help somebody along my way, then my living will not be in
Then
vain.
my living won't be in vain.
So I want to make sure that I'm doing what I'm doing, and I'm saying that everybody is so many good people. So some of us, it doesn't mean that you have to be a millionaire, right? I was having a conversation with a friend yesterday, and um and when I had my conversation with my friend, I was telling her that, we're talking about the millions, the billionaires, and she was like, well, they help. I was like, no, they help individually, right? They help because I know you. I'm going to tell you the secret. I said, but a lot of them don't help on a macro level, right? And this is what this is. We want to help each other on a macro level. They're not coming to save us, everybody. Okay. Yes, they're not coming to save us. And Mac Man knows that I'm building a nonprofit, but right now that nonprofit is going to take long because there's a lot of legal ease. But this is how we can start right now today to help each other build and remove the barrier of finances from somebody. You may not be able to sponsor a whole session, but you might be able to sponsor somebody's coaching session. You might be able to
Right.
give a little bit of money for a ticket. You might be able to do those things to help people move the bar and help me move the bar. It's working together. It's not just charity work. You're funding somebody's, comeback, because we all have experienced setbacks, and sometimes some other people's setbacks are worse than others, right?
Mhm.
And right now there's so many people out here in need, and my thing is like, let's get it. If you think that we want to work in a community, that's fine. you know the people that are going to be here are going to go through the process. It's not like I'm just going to take your money, and trust me, because I don't want
Well,
to spend my time with somebody that's not going to do the work.
let me say this before we're gonna take a quick break, and Brother Lee's gonna come up, and let me say this to our audience. It ain't about you. And listen, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna throw this. Reb can ask you for whatever he want, and you give it. 9 times out of 10, you might, I don't know how they help you or whatever. You giving to charity. You've gone to Burger King and spent $27, $30 and if you got 5 or more kids, you're gonna spend some loot. You go to the gas station, you're gonna put you about 35, 40, $40 in there. May not get a full tank, but still in all. What I'm saying is, it ain't about the money. Okay. And I know that there's some people, and in order to help those that are struggling financially, that's what the fund is for. But for those of you that are out there that are willing to think about it, what $100 would do for a basic for someone to enter into the workshop and get the information that they need. You're helping somebody. You ought to come and attend too. But then, if you can't do the or if you can't, how can I say, participate? Let somebody else come. Let a son or a daughter, somebody come and participate in some of the great information that Rolanda has. Listen, Rolanda, can you stick around? Brother Lee is here, and he might want to say good morning to you, everything. And if you can stick around, I'm going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. I'm going to bring Brother Lee up. You're listening to the Magman Morning Show. It is right now 43 minutes after the hour of 9 Central Standard Time over here at the Magman Morning Show. I hope y'all like my new intro. How you like my new intro there, Miss Rolanda? You see me boogie woogieing, and I had to get rid of the hillbillies. I had to get the.
You told me about that this morning.
Yeah, I had to get rid of the hillbillies because they're yee-hawing and carrying on. But listen, this is the Magman Morning Show. We'll be right back after these messages. Y'all just hang around. I'll be right back.
Your home should tell your story. It should be stylish, comfortable, and uniquely you. Here at D. Harris Interiors, we don't just decorate. We design spaces that reflect your personality, your lifestyle, as well as your dreams. Whether you're revamping one room or you're transforming an entire space, here at D. Harris Interiors, we bring creativity, expertise, and heart to every project. Great design starts with connection. And I do take the time to understand your vision and to bring it to life with beauty and intention. So, are you ready to fall in love with your space all over again? Well, you just give D. Harris a call at 901-303-8099 to schedule your personalized consultation today.
If your locks ain't right and your twist is on limp, you know, get over to Keisha Studio. Specialized in locks, natural hair, and extensions. When your hair needs that special attention, make Keisha Studios your next decision. Located 3964 Goodman Road E, Suite 122 in South Haven, Mississippi. Call 901-650-9487 for your appointment at Keisha Studios. You know.
All right, we're back on the Magman Morning. Uh-oh, I got a echo. Okay, I think that Brother Lee or somebody. Okay, wait a minute, I got it. We're back on the Magman Morning Show. I'd like to say Grand Rising. It won't. I got everything. I got it, Rolanda. I got it. It's in the. I got a. That was just a little message. You don't have to listen to the director and things. I got it in there. I'm going to pull it up in a minute. Well, I want to say welcome back to all of you that are here. Thank you for being here. All of you all that are in the bushes, I got your message. Y'all just behave yourselves and everything, and y'all gonna support Rolanda. You can't be a friend of mine and you're not going to support our friends and doing what we do. And I have a programming note that I like to say. You haven't heard me mention anything about Pizza Pro XL, or I'm working on something for Michelle Franklin, but Pizza Pro XL is temporarily closed. Nothing bad or anything, but stay tuned for an announcement from Pizza Pro XL. I wanted to do that. I did that according to the instructions that I was given. See, because these business people are getting together. Those of you all that sponsor, that come on and listen to the Magman Morning Show, gives us an opportunity to do what we do and advertise. They're sticking with us, and I thank you. And like I said, we all have to start from somewhere. And if we do that and if we support each other now, when y'all become rich and when Rolanda going to Dubai and everything and taking care of the other folks up there, all them oil magnets and things like that, and helping all the poor folks when they, and when I mean, I'm talking about the people that really need something. When y'all go to the arenas and stuff and say, our coach is Rolanda Footman, and then when you get to that point, a brother will be here. I drive your car, carry y'all's bags and things like that. Though, but anyway, start out with the Magman. You never know where you might be. You say you never been to Dubai? Not yet. You been? You said I've been. You been to Dubai? See, So they say it's nice. I don't know. I'm not gonna travel right now or anything. I got Rolanda here for a reason, and let me tell you why. Let's go back to what we were talking about. Let me explain to you what she's doing. Now, there's a fund that's being set up that Rolanda set up, Brother Lee, and it gives an opportunity for business people that are benefiting and you're doing okay. You can help somebody else. That fund is there so that it'll take the edge off of putting on productions such as the workshop. It gives you an opportunity to do something. We gotta cover each other, and we gotta be able to work with each other to get to the goal that we are trying to reach, and that is survival. Things are happening in our community, in our country, that we never seen before, that a lot of people have not seen. I might have seen some of the things and some of the effects, but this new racism that they have, I'm just going to tell the truth, this new thing that the orange man is doing by destroying things have really set our government and our people back some. So we need to get back in survival mode. Rolanda Footman is here along with Brother Lee, our chief contributor and our chief commentator. I want to ask a question right quick, Rolanda. Let me see if I can pull this up. I got it right here, and there it is. That's the GoFundMe. We're going to continue to put this out here, and we're going to support the efforts that Rolanda is doing. And let me tell you something. You can't get, you think about it. Where can you go to get as far as the information that you can use to help you in this trying time that we're going through? Now, it may not have hit you first. Now, in the chat, you see that there are various links. I think I got a link. Is that the first one there? That's to the Rolanda, if you're there. Are you there?
I'm here.
Okay, if you look at the screen, I got a link there. I think I did. I got the GoFundMe. Now this is the GoFundMe link. All of it's in the chat,
Hmm.
and that's to the
Event.
workshops, right? Everything that you
Hmm.
knew. There's one more I have that you can
Is
get
my
all
bio.
of yeah, all of Rolanda's stuff. Now I made sure this. I said now I'm not gonna section it off or anything. That's this one. You hit that, you can get everything. Am I right about that?
Yep, yep, yep. The
All
GoFundMe
right,
here probably sometime this week because again, like we
right.
just this hasn't even officially launched as far as campaigning. But I
Uh
told
huh.
you last week that I was going to do this, and I told you I was going to bring it here
Right.
on Tuesday, and so it's up and running. But we can do the full blast out.
Well,
Um,
well, let's go. Let them go over to your to that site, to that bio site. Y'all go over there. I'm going to keep these in. I'm going to keep these in the chat each day, and we're going to remind you of the help that you can give, and also on any updates on any future workshops that Rolanda would have. Is that okay with you, Rolanda? You don't mind us putting your stuff out, though. You don't.
No, no, no. It's there to help, and like I said, your community is here. And my thing is like, hey, if we are all about the same thing, then let's work together to make a
There you go.
difference because we're not going to do it by ourselves. Yeah, we can, but it'll take longer. And in this time and age, it may not work
Yeah.
because we got so much coming against us right now.
Wow. Well, I'd like to welcome all of you back here. This is the Mac Man Morning Show. Brother Lee Mack is here with us. He's here. He's been here. He's been just waiting in the wings. I wanted him to come in on uh can you give your grand risings and everything, Brother Lee? They've been looking for you. They said, where Brother Lee at? He ain't here. Go ahead, Brother Lee. Say hey.
Great day, everyone. New beginnings. I like to say, great day to my sister.
All right. So Lee, I want to ask a question, and Rolanda, you can get in on this too. Brother Lee, there weren't a lot of resources that we had, when we started out in business and we tried it, we got an idea about something, and or we might have had I've been laid off before, fired, or everything else, and just didn't know how to bounce back, get out there, get the newspaper, and get another job. But in these trying times that we are in, Lee, what have you seen, and what have you've observed about this shake, this wave of people losing their income, and people and businesses are suffering and things like that. Is there, what have you seen? What have you observed?
Well, yes, I've seen some layoffs, some terminations, some eliminations of positions, six-figure positions. I know some people who hold positions. They made over over six figures and worked at companies, corporations for years, and some a few years, some decades, and they have eliminated some positions at most of these jobs. Um, and I've seen that that's unusual, and not it's not and that's not what you call obscure, but it's unusual to the effect that um, you hear about it more than usually. You hear about a corporation laying people off by the hundreds, sometimes even more. But it's getting to touch a lot of different areas. See, you used to have the auto industry; they would lay off, but it would be in that area. Uh, but now you're seeing in more areas. I said this: when you're laid off or terminated or eliminated from a position, is that when I was eliminated from a position, is I never bothered to check the economy or how inflation was doing before I went out there and tried to acquire another position or start a business. I never let that dictate what I do. I never said, "Oh, the economy is bad. I wait till it's over and then I go and look. What am I gonna do? Eat air? What are you gonna do? You gotta eat. You still have to live, and you can't let the economy dictate how you're going to go forward. You can't let the economy, the stock market dictate whether or not you go to work or you succeed or fail. It's always going to be inflation. It's always going to be a bad economy. It's always going to be what you call leadership in the White House that you don't like. It's always going to be that. It's not like it's never been where it was constantly saying, oh, well, this president is great. It's going to be great for a long time. No, it's never been that way. We've had ebbs and flows. We've had resistance, and then we had very little resistance, but you always going to have something. Don't ever think that the storm is not going to come. The storm comes and then it goes and then it comes back. So that's the thing. We're saying, oh, this economy is so bad. Let's say, oh my goodness, I've never seen it like this. I've seen it worse. I've seen the Republicans worse than this. I've seen the Democrats sit on their hands. I've seen them move forward and do something. I've seen them not do anything. I cannot gauge my behavior, how I'm going to live my life by what politicians are doing.
That's true.
I lose my mind.
And in knowing
So,
that, Brother Lee, my thing is in knowing that with the resources, okay, like you said, we can't go by that drum beat. Now we have a resource that can help us. I mean, job seeking, security, whatever the case may be, as we know it, are gone. But that doesn't mean that we can't still be competitive or we won't get the career or the job that we need if we have a little bit of coaching. And what and my the reason that I'm saying that is because a lot of people, man, they get into distress and despair, but then they're and wondering where are the resources, and we have a resource here. Or some people say, man, all right, well, I'll go to Wendy's, I'll go do this. But when you got a six-figure salary, or you got a salary that's pretty decent, or you taking care of your business, and all of a sudden it gets swiped up under you. And I know that the first reaction is, man, you got this on your mind, and you're trying to take care of things. But then the solution, I feel, is with the right information and with the right guidance, you can make it over these hurdles that you have. What do you say about that, Brother Lee?
I'll say this. It's I would say what the sister is doing is commendable. Uh, yes, it's people that don't think they have information. There's information out there for them to build on, for them to learn. I'm gonna tell you something. When a flower is not being watered, the flower will adapt. It will adapt. And this is the thing. We have to adapt. Okay, I've had times where I didn't have a job or didn't have a position or my business is failed. Because if you start a business, it's going to fail. I'm not going to give you some sugar coated things. Most businesses fail, but that don't mean you don't have to keep trying. See, that's the thing. We don't tell it. I tell the truth and shame the devil. Most of you that start a business will fail. That's guaranteed. But that doesn't mean because you get knocked down, you don't get back up. It's not how many times you get knocked down. It's that time that you get up. And that's the thing we have to understand is that I'm not going to sugarcoat anything for you. I've started quite a few businesses, and people call them harebrained schemes and or whatever they call them. They'll fail. It won't make it.
Use
But
a harebrained scheme.
I didn't let that stop me because other people listen. No one wants to get on the train when it's not moving. Everyone wants to get on your train when it's moving. So when you try to run your idea, your passion, or whatever you want to start your business or opportunity out there, or you want to change careers, listen, don't run it by anybody that doesn't have the experience or knowledge or background that you have went through or going through in the future, because they will
There you
shoot
go.
it down.
That's
So
right.
so they will not encourage you, they will discourage you. They will tell you, "No, why are you doing that? Go over here and do this," because they might not want you to succeed.
Right. Which
So
brings
you
me. Okay, go ahead,
go
Lee. Go
ahead.
ahead. No,
I'm
which
just
brings me
saying.
to you.
Go ahead.
Which brings me to you, Rolanda. He said that. He said, I mean, can you piggyback off of what Brother Lee had said?
Well, I don't believe in failure if you're committed. So that's number one. You never fail. If you're committed to something, you never fail. You either succeed or you're going to learn because you're never going to give up. So yes, there are going to be trying times. Having a business is not for the weak. But some of these people that are in a situation that I'm looking at aren't people that had businesses. They have regular, secure jobs. They did the right thing. They went to school. They got the good job with the benefits, and they're out here on the street like they didn't do anything. And then now they're becoming unhireable and to a certain extent. And dealing with that is a mental block to get past that because that hurts. I mean, that absolutely hurts because people are emotionally invested in their jobs. Not saying that they love their boss, but they're emotionally invested and tied to it because their livelihood is there. If you don't, if you don't take a moment and we have to acknowledge that, right? We have to acknowledge that this is not something that um is easy, right? It's not. I mean, being laid off, being fired, doesn't matter what you want to call it. It feels the same way. And we have to acknowledge those feelings and go through that. And that's what a lot of the stuff that I do is there. It comes from my heart. My tagline is passions to profit. My passion is to help people. My passion is to make things. If I can help someone along my way, like I said, I'm going to help you as best as I can. The workshops are for that. And the fund me is to other people that say that they're like-minded to show me that they're like-minded or invite me to their platform so I can help them get through this together. Our goal is 250 people to help at the end of the year, and I pray it's way more than that, but that's just being on a cautious side, right? um I want it to be more than that because the opportunity here is that we have to make opportunities for ourselves. We can no longer need to seek out opportunities and wait for somebody to hand it to us. We have to make it ourselves as a community, as individuals, as families, as friends. We have to do this together. And I know it has been worse times in the past. No one is on the food lines like they were in during the depression. But do we really have to get there before we start making a change? Like, do we really have to get there? Because at the end of the day, when we think about it, people that look like me, people that look like you, Mac, when we come down to it, we're going to be the ones at the back of the line, regardless of what they're giving out. And so my thing is that I'm here to help you. And if you have a business because it's not about just saying, oh, I want to have a business. But a lot of the times what happens is with Black people with our businesses that we have a block there. There's a block between what they know and what we know, right? And sometimes when it comes down to, there's a financial barrier. Like, coaches have coaches. The other day I went through something for one of my classes, the $50 class at that. Um, and I told them something, and I learned about LinkedIn, and I laughed at them, and I said, I spent over $5,000 for a coach to teach me LinkedIn, and I'm giving it to you because I know you need it. Because I know that's how much that people are charging for this stuff. I'm
Whoa,
doing it for
you
my
spent
family.
how much to do? Just say that again. Now you've
Over five
invested.
thousand dollars to learn LinkedIn, to learn how to use LinkedIn, learn how to leverage LinkedIn, learn what LinkedIn is really for, to master how it is. And am I great on LinkedIn? Because no, I don't put all my energy into LinkedIn, right? But when it comes into all the social media platforms, that's the one that I lean on the most. you know um and there's a reason why I do that, right? Because that's where my target market is. People want to be successful about their businesses, but they don't go to do the homework first. And that's what the coaching is about, because I don't want people just to have businesses that are going to fail. I want you to have a business not so you can survive, because you guys said the word survive. I don't want nobody to survive. I want thrive through this. I don't want us just to survive it. Our ancestors survived slavery, but I want us to thrive through this. Let's come out better on the other side. And we only can do that together.
Mm, interesting. Come on, brother Lee.
Well, I'm in agreement with a sister 100%. I like to speak on that slavery thing. When you're a prisoner of war, you're not just trying to survive. You're trying to get from behind enemy lines as best as you can. Sometimes you make it, sometimes you don't. We weren't just surviving. We was trying to get back home. Uh, the thing is about slavery, it's not a. Now I know the sister meant well about that, but I and sisters, if they didn't do what they've done in that past, we wouldn't be here today. The reason why the Union fought and won is because if it wasn't for the slaves that fought in that war, believe me, look it up, we wouldn't have won. I mean, the Union wouldn't have won without the brothers and the sisters fighting in that Civil War. You know, Lincoln didn't free us because he was doing something good. He needed our backs, our soldiers. He needed the black folks to fight that war in order for him to win. Because if we didn't fight it, they wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be this United States. Would be Confederate States of the Union. So, and I say the sister is right. I mean, yeah, when you start a business, you have every intention to succeed. But the realistic, the absolute real is that you may fail. So don't be afraid of failure. See, that's the thing. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm going to tell you, don't be afraid to fail, to your business to go under, but get back up and keep going. Like you said, sister, you got to learn from it. I've dealt with hundreds, if not thousands of businesses. That's what I do. And the one thing that some of our brothers and sisters in this business that they don't do their homework. They have the resources, they have the funds, they're excited, they're enthusiastic, but they don't do their homework. I've seen it hundreds of times. I've seen them start the business that it looks great. It's got everything they felt in order, and then they don't do their homework, or they're not willing to put the time in. They want to have a business, but they have a job, and then they got a part-time business that they say is full-time. You got to be all in. And that's the thing. We're not all in. And see, and that's the thing. When you start something, you got to be like, I started something. I started a trucking business. You know how much I paid my employees? They were making $2,000 a week.
What? You ain't hire me. I'm his brother. He hired me. Go ahead, Lee.
So I know about how to start a business, and I know how businesses fail. I sat in on corporate meetings. I sat in on corporate meetings of Burger King, the guy who runs sitting at the head of the table of the Burger Kings for all around this whole world. He was a guy from Brazil, barely speak a good English. And he tells those Burger King owners what to do with their restaurants and what not to do. I sat in on that meeting in Vegas. So I've sat in on that. It was over 200-300 Burger King owners. Some of them own 100 Burger Kings. And you know what? You know how many black folks were sitting in that meeting? Maybe 5.
Wow.
Maybe 5. And and I sat there, and it was another brother over there. He was doing what I do, and it was about 200 or 300 of us in there, of people in there, doing what I do. But it was only two. It was only two of us that was of the same persuasion. And he saw me, I saw him. We met in the middle of the auditorium, and we started talking, and we said we can't stand here too long because they think we plotting on them. So they see two of us, they get threatened. So the thing is that we got to remain vigilant. And I'm just gonna tell you my experiences, my sister. I'm not gonna say you probably got. I'm sure you got different experiences, but the thing is that uh, I've started a business with very little, but I did my homework. I've done things that people haven't tried in business. I'm sure I could tell you a few things on how to get a business started, but I'm sure you better at it than than I am. But the thing is, I've started a business with no money. I give you an example really quickly. I'm not going to be too long. I called up this company and I told them I can increase their market share. I done my homework first. He's a waste management company. The man never had a black guy set foot in his office. He's in the suburbs in Chicago in Warrenville. He has a waste management business. He said, "Come in. I'm gonna give you 2 minutes of my time." Okay, I had a raggedy car. I parked the car 2 blocks down from his building, and I had a suit on. I had a briefcase with nothing in it. I went to his office. I went up there. He said, "You got 2 minutes." I sat down there. I stayed there for 2 hours, and he begged me to work for him. So, because I did my
Uh,
homework,
your homework. You know,
you know.
I wanted to say also, okay, I wanted to say also, Rolanda, okay, like Brother Lee was saying, there are people out there, they got the resources to do and even to help. And I mean, even going into business, you know, yeah, you have to, you're going to learn. There's going to be some ups and downs and some ins and outs. I'm still experiencing this. But, and like he was saying also that I mean, if we just really want, we made everybody rich, Rolanda. We made the everybody rich, everybody getting over on us, and we're not getting any of it. Or I don't see very little, like Lee said at the franchise meeting. You see very little. The very few of us that are around there. I'm just surprised that all these foreigners that can get all of these things and franchises, and we can't even get to the bank and get a loan for a small black business. And I know that we're not equal, but I believe, Rolanda, you got some things in your toolbox that can help us. And just tell us a few things that you can probably assist within, just, give good syllabus of what you're doing in your workshops and what you offer.
I mean, there's a lot of things that I do. I have different classes, different coaching sessions, different frameworks that I use depending on what people need. There's not a one size fit all. What I will say is this is that when it comes down to businesses, I've talked to plenty of businesses with people that look like us. And they didn't even realize the consulting world was even open to them, number one, right? That in having somebody to come in and they may have enough money to pay for it, then they think that it's cost prohibitive because you look at the people that the big companies that they know that you have to pay these people $500 an hour to do those things. And yes, I work for companies and I've done that. You know what I mean? Worked over there. But in 2023, I made a decision that I want to work with my people. So I didn't want to make finances being a prohibitive thing for them to work with someone that worked in those Fortune 100, Fortune 200 build businesses, and Fortune 500 businesses in those offices. I always tell people all the time, being a black woman means that most of the time in those offices that are mainly white men, you're being ignored or underestimated and undervalued, and they don't think you understand what they're saying. While I was in those offices, I took notes. I understand strategy. I understand what they did, and I'm not bringing all that stuff to my people, right? To my clients. And I'm not saying I'm just going to work for black. I work for, people that share my values. I'm value driven, not necessarily race driven. Um, and I bring that information to them so they can succeed. When it comes down to businesses, right? What you're talking about is you went to that particular company to get them a bigger market share because you did the market research. You figure out what the positioning is. And people don't understand that. People don't get it. That's a strategy. People don't think strategically. The barrier to us to getting to where we need to go is strategy and understanding how things are working, right? How the big companies are working in, and I do help businesses that do that. Now, everything I do isn't for free. I am a for-profit business. That's why this fund was set up. I am a for-profit business. I have bills to pay and people to pay and
Exactly.
all that kind of stuff. However,
Exactly.
but on the other side of it is the fact that I'm also a mission. I also have a mission. And if there's people that share that mission and share the values of community, share the values of helping somebody else that was there, the gentleman said he doesn't know where I came from. You don't. I had to I had a welfare check before. I had two kids that didn't, and had nobody help me. I had to make decisions
No.
about, am I going to eat or they going to eat? And I'm here
Well,
now. So
wait a minute. You ain't had
yes,
no wait. You ain't had no welfare check. Come on, for real.
yes,
I'm being sarcastic, but I'm just saying from where you come
yes.
from. So you got skin in the game. You know what the deal is. You know where I'm
And that's
for.
why
You
the
know I'm not
passion
trying.
is
Come
here.
on with it.
It's
Come on
real.
with it.
It's
Uh huh.
not fake. I understand where it was. I understand having a business and like, oh, I have a great product. Why isn't anybody here? Because I didn't understand strategy. I didn't understand that I had to do something. I didn't understand those things. And once I learned those things, I'm working towards it. I move myself out of the way sometimes, because sometimes it's us making the barrier for ourselves. So what I want to do is for those people that have I want to ask this question for everybody succeeded. What if you were able, when you needed help the most in your business, you were failing or you were struggling in your business, you felt like you were failing, or you had an idea, you didn't know how to get started? What if the financial barrier was removed from that, and that you were able to get the help to get you started? It put you on a playing field. What were you, where will you be? How fast would you have been able to make those changes and those shifts, and see that value there, right? What would you have done? And I can tell you, you will absolutely have been able to succeed quicker,
Hmm.
faster, and thrive better. And that's what this fund is for. It's removing that financial barrier, so people don't have to make the mistakes that we did. People don't have to waste their time. That's what these classes are about, to make them cost effective so people can get in there. Yes, there are high level and executive and elite coaching experiences that I have. There are, yes, we can do implementations and consulting work, because I am a regular consultancy, that do those big things. But I do have small business packages that I am working with, and working with these people, because that's what I want to do. That's what I need to do.
My wonderful guest is Rolanda Footman, and y'all all know Rolanda because she's a part of our MacMan family here. Um, Let me say this, and we're gonna put this and keep this information out every day, letting you know that there are resources available, and I've been given permission to do so. We have the link, and the gentleman Gil said something about that. All of it's in the links are in the chat. I got them. I've copied them, and I will repost them. And we're just going to continue this on and give you updates. I'm sure Rolanda's going to come back and give us some updates on the $200,000 that she's going to raise above and beyond. Or I go there because you know something. Let me tell you something. We got to start from somewhere. So we throw the net out right now. The fish are going to come by the time evening time comes and we pull up our nets. We got a whole lot of fish. So we got to go fishing. We got to let people know what's out there and what resources are out there. And that's what the Magman Morning Show is all about. Brother Lee, got a couple of minutes. Come on. Why don't you get in here? Come on. Are you there, Lee?
Well, I'm here. I'm here. I commend the sister for what she's doing, and it is a needed service. It is a service that's needed. I definitely would agree with that, because information is very important. Correct information is very important. It can save you a lot of resources, a lot of financial resources that you may have. If you even don't have the financial resources, it will help you, put you in a direction where you can get some. And that's the thing. It's not the startup money. It's what you do with it when you start up. See, that's the thing. People say, "I got the startup cash." Well, it'll go away pretty quickly if you don't know where to put it at the time when you need it. You need to put it in the right place. And that's the thing. Getting a hold of these resources, it's hard to get enough, and putting it in the right place is the thing. And I'm sure the sister is the person that can tell you how to put those resources to use that'll make your business go and get up and take flight. And that's the thing. I think it's a great service. A lot of people think they know, but they don't know. And I think I agree with the sister that we are arrogant sometimes when we getting ready to start a business because we think we know everything and we don't know enough. And it's okay to be humble and allow yourself to listen and learn. And that's the thing. We have to allow ourselves to be humble enough to listen and take it in, because being arrogant and saying because I made it over here, I can make it over there,
Right.
and that doesn't tell me much, because hard work don't get it. It's smart work get it. People say I work hard. Well, a mule works hard, but he might go in a circle.
Well, that's true.
So it's not always about hard work. It's about the smart work, that the
Right.
amount of sweat you put in the right place. See,
Right.
you can run in a circle and be the fastest one, but you're not going anywhere.
Mm.
Just chasing
You, you
something
know,
that.
so
But
I like to say that.
yeah. All right,
So may I
Rolanda,
say
come
one more
on
thing?
and come on. Yeah, you got the floor. We want you to come. And first of all, thank you for coming, sharing this experience with us. And hey, you're valuable. And please, you already know you got a seat at the table. Come on back and inform us on what's going on. But come on, you got the floor. Go ahead.
I know, because I know I have a hard stop, but I wanted to say this is step one, okay? So don't think that I'm out here talking to you guys about contributing to the fund. Like I said, it hasn't even truly officially been launched, but it's the fund is open to accept donations now. However, by the end of the week, that I will be sending over a another form for people to be beneficiaries of the fund, right? Because I want you guys to understand that I am very I've thought this through, like, of how to do this to make sure that I'm not going to coach anybody or work with anybody or give anybody a space to one of these classes and then they're not going to do anything with it. So it is going to be a process that people just have to submit an application. If their application is there and fill a questionnaire and they align, they'll just go ahead and we'll give them the whatever the award is that they need. And then if we need some more information, we'll go ahead and talk to them. But it is a process that they will be going through. So if you even if you may not be able to help somebody because you can't give them all the money that they need, but this right here, if everybody pulls their money together, we'll be able to do a lot more, because I'll go ahead and give him the form for people to start submitting themselves for this for the benefit from this fund.
Okay. Well, we thank you very much for being a part and bringing forth this information that we do need. And I wanted to dedicate this time for that. And I know somebody heard you. And then they came in on y'all late and everything, getting cookies and I mean donuts and everything, and y'all late, but they just coming in now waving and everything. We here, we late, but we here. Y'all do the replay. Listen, Rolanda's going to be back periodically and give us updates and also giving us information that we need. Also on the Mag Media Production Magman Morning Show, what we're going to do is we've got a new program in development for the evening. And we're just working on it. I won't call it the Magman in the evening. I'm going to do something else. But there are a lot of you that have reached out to us and said, we can't get you, but we want to hear you live and we get off work at a certain time. Can you do something in the evening? We're in the process of doing that. And we're going to, this is what this channel is for and this broadcast media company is for, to get the information out. Yeah, we need money. Yeah, we got to keep rolling. Yeah, we got to pay bills. But you know something, folks, if we get together and do what we need. It's so much better if you got a little bit of help. It's better to go to if somebody's trying to bother you and all of a sudden your posse come. You ready now? Oh, what you gonna do? Dude gonna hump on you, and you got your 4, 5 brothers with you. What we need some brothers, some sisters. We need people to get together, and nobody's coming to rescue us. So stop whining. Don't mourn. Don't do anything. Put on your boots. Get your books in your hand. Let's sit down. Get your notepad. Do what needs to be done, and implement the things that are available to us to help us with what we're doing. Not just your business, your income, your livelihood. Even though we do make money for folks and we got to need a job and everything, you want to be in a better position if you've lost your income. Because, say, for instance, you've been at a job, you've been doing it 30 years, same thing, or in that realm. Yeah, technology and maybe machinery or whatever you work with has changed, but you're locked into that one fixture. Maybe we need to expand our horizons, and maybe we need to get to the table and say, maybe there's something else that I can do. Now, I'm not talking about everybody being a wing salesman, everybody doing hair, everybody doing. Now, those professions are good and things like that, but we need some doctors, we need some truck drivers, we need some welders, we need some accountants, we need some people to go into places, designers. We need all these things that we make people rich at doing. We need to come together, network together, and say, hey, there's a business here, there's a business there. They said something. It's a movie, and I'm going to shut up. Hey, Foxy, hey, how you doing? All right. That it was called the Green Book or something. Now, this Green Book, I'm going to just say this was a resource that if you was black traveling in certain places, it'll tell you where to go, what to do, how to spend, where it is, where the doctor is, where the tailor is, where the hairdresser is. We need to get back to that point. What you think we need to get back there, Brother Lee and sis? Don't you think we need to get back to those types of things to help our community out? And say,
Oh,
well, hey, Lee, I'm coming to your part of the woods, but I need to stay somewhere. Brother Lee might say, well, but James, don't stay there, but stay here, or go get your hair cut here, or your legal service here. Hey, man, I heard about this. Now, it's a lot of us. We got variety. It's good to have variety. So there's somebody for everybody. Go ahead, Brother Lee. And the last words will come from Rolanda, and we're going to go on home.
well, yeah, I would say definitely. Yes, this is definitely needed. We definitely need to get excited about it. And the thing is that this is the time to get excited, not to start mourning. Get excited because opportunities are coming. Opportunities always come when it's a drought. Opportunities comes when there's failure. Opportunities come when something is needed. That's when you get the best inventions. That's when you come up with the best ideas. Not when everything is going good. You come up with the best ideas when it looks like there's no hope, when it looks like things are just terrible. That's when you come up with the best things. That's when we are the best inventors. We came up with those inventions when there was nothing out there. We came up with those things: the traffic light, the gas mask. People were dying,
Flesh and
and and,
toilet.
and,
Flesh
and
and
all of
toilet.
those things that we came up with. Thousands of
Yeah.
inventions that we came up with, but we didn't come up with those inventions when times were great. We came up with those
Mm-hmm.
inventions when times was terrible, when things were against us. Like let's
Yeah.
just say she was on public aid. You know, I was living in my car. I'm gonna tell you something. That's when your brain get your juices get going. You know,
Come
juices
on
don't
here.
get going when you're fat and you're already fed and you don't need to eat another bite. No, you need to starve a little bit. And then your brain starts to work. You need to be in panic mode, but don't
So
be fearful. Don't be
your
afraid.
stomach need to growl a little bit, huh? You need to hit your
Yes, your
back a little
stomach
bit.
need a bite, but don't be afraid. Fear. Don't let fear take over. Be excited. Use fear as fuel. Use fear as fuel. That's
As
what I have to
fuel.
say.
Come on, Rolanda. You got the last word. Thank you for coming. Come on, say something. Come on here. All this fire up in this room today.
So all I'm gonna say is that I appreciate everybody listening. I appreciate your help, and like I said, if you can give to the fund and support the fund, please do so. And if you need help, if you are somebody, if you need help, that you need help from the fund, or you need help for consulting services as well, just reach out to me. Use as that bio. You can reach out to me. Because I want to make sure that I am a resource for us. And when you was talking about the Green Book, um, I'm just going to leave it right there because that's kind of what part of my nonprofit is. So like I said, it's kind of big that we're building. Okay, so we're trying to.
I ain't gonna give your secrets away. I want a part. I want in on it. Now you know I want in on it. You ain't say yes, so you ain't gonna let me in on that.
Listen, it ain't just me. We got to get the lawyers. Like right now, it's lawyers, and that's why the fund came out.
I'm not a lawyer.
I want to do something now.
Okay, we'll talk about it. You know, you done struck my interest already because I thought that concept that they did, whoever came up with that idea, and then you see what I mean? They sold them for about 10 cents or something like that, but it was a resource. If you went south somewhere, you say, for instance, you born in Chicago, you know you got to go see grandma and them and this and that and the other, and they'll tell you where to stop, don't stop. You don't go here, don't be here at the sundown, different things like that. This is where you can go eat. Let them know. And really from green pages to yellow pages. That's what I say. Green book. I guess it was the precursor to the yellow pages. They changed it from green to yellow. But that's all right. Listen, we're going to be back here. Rolanda, they were coming in right at the end. Y'all listen. Get the replay. Rolanda's coming back. She's going to come back. She ain't going to leave you hanging. I see y'all coming in and I see your messages. And she's going to continue this. And I have all of the chat information every day. We're going to put it out there every day. We're going to work on a PSA. That's what I'm going to call it. And we're going to play it. And we want you to contribute. And we're going to continue to do this. We're going to reach that goal. We're going to at least shoot for it. Let's go to work for. If we could spend $1.8 trillion. You mean to tell me we can't get a piece of this pie? Y'all crazy as all outdoors. That means you're throwing good money after bad. Let's stop the hemorrhaging in some places. Let's be of aid in some places, and let's really, really be there for each other. Rolanda's not the only person that's in the group. There's a lot of people that are behind her. There's a lot of resources that she had. She pulled these team together, what to do to help. Yeah, but it's an expense. It's an expense. We're going to support her. Ain't nothing for free. Always, oh, you're my brother and you supposed to be my sister and you can give me it. Ain't no discount. Ain't no discount. It's already discounted at the price that it is. We got to tell people like that sometime and let them know, pay full price sometime. Help our brother and sister out. And that's the way that I'm going. Listen, this is Mac Media Productions, Mac Media 3 LLC. Y'all know who I am. This is the Mac Man Morning Show. Rolanda got to go. All of us got to go. Listen, be good to somebody. Love somebody. It ain't going to hurt you to love somebody. I know y'all like my new intro. Thank y'all very much for shouting out and everything. Rolanda, you're coming back real, real soon. God bless all of you all. Have a great day.
No matter if you miss the